Peace, love, and light. Right now, I'm about to dive into an interesting video that I came across called White People Are Confused and Stressed. Why they pay so much attention to black people and black growth. Eugene from Kenya is the source. This is something I skimmed through a little bit earlier, but I thought it was interesting because it's different when you hear certain things from their mouths, their mouths, their self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think America, to say that racism doesn't exist in America is just to just blatantly lie to yourself. But racism is a way of thought. It's a culture. And it's a culture that is transitioning out because it's a level of ignorance. I don't judge people by what their skin is. I judge people by the frequency that they operate on and the character that they choose to uphold. I pay attention to what people value because I understand what values are and what they mean. You know what I mean? So I'm past that level. Anyways, let's dive in and get a little dose of this.
People pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them. You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it? I don't pay attention to things I don't like.
What's the answer?
The answer is the liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer's over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still gonna be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer. Black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity. That's just why they chopped those noses off of the Pharaoh and the Sphinx in Egypt in the first place. Is because without this nose, we can tell you this is whoever it is. But with that nigga nose, it can only be niggas. Why would somebody vandalize a whole face and only vandalize one part? Nobody wanted to knock an eye off or take an ear off or no chins missing. No, just the nose. Because it's a brand. It's a brand.
I'm so jealous of black people. They're just good at everything. They're just naturally athletic. They pop out of the womb and they're already playing fucking football. If they get into a fight, doesn't matter who the other person is, okay? I'm putting my money on the black person. They win every time. They got that beautiful chocolate skin that never gets burnt. They say they get sunburnt. I've never seen it. Me, 5 minutes in the sun, it looks like I was thrown into a deep fryer. They've got waterproof hair. They come out of the water, their hair's the same as when they went in. Me, I come out of the water, I look like a cancer patient. Fast as fuck in every sport. I mean, when have you seen a white guy being the fastest? Maybe in the Paralympics with the wheelchairs. Everything they do is just cooler. They've got good style.
Side note, our hair absorbs water like a sponge. It eats it up fast. So when he said we get out of water, our hair is like it stays the same. No, it doesn't. It adapts with the water.
Good taste in music. They can cook good. Girls always got cake. And me personally, I'm an ass guy, so all the black chicks hit my line. The guys, they've got fucking horse meat as big as my forearm. It's not fair. Leave some stuff for us. Fuck. What do we got?
Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you're doing great from wherever you're watching me from. I'm your host and present agent Studies.
You see, you got the XRP cap on, crypto. I definitely invested in XRP. It was a good investment.
It is high time we start ask this tough question. Oftentimes when people say that black people have nothing like good people to admire or nothing good to see, but in the end of the day, you ask yourself this question: why is it that white people are so much obsessed with black people, melanated people across the world? And I think you've seen the fascination that they have towards black people. And this makes you ask yourself this question, right? Because at the end of the day, through history, they have always tried to make us look like we are not people who are great, to make us look like there is nothing great that we did. But at the end of the day, they have always tried to have, they have always tried to take, they have always tried to be us. And being a melanated person is something that they can never achieve successfully. And this shows and this proves to
We got
you
roosters in
that
the
at the end of the
background.
day, whatever we said, whatever black people own, the melanin itself is so much important. The greatest things that black people done since earliest of civilizations are really, really important. And if you want to know that this is true, just look at how they've revised black history, because there's something great about black people that this group of folks don't want you to know, don't want you to have. And I think it's time we all realize how powerful, we all realize what we have as melanated people across the world. To my brothers and sisters, black Americans, where this message really goes into them, there's so many years of systemic lies. Somebody being told you that your history is ratchet, you never did anything great. The hypersexualized black Americans, because that's the image that they are trying to sell to us. But you understand that it takes a person to understand, to do their research, and know really what's going on. And so as a result, you get
Truth. You need to study your history. I don't care what race you are, whatever culture you are, you need to rewind time so you can understand who you are in the present. It helps.
to realize that there's so many lies, because these people are so much obsessed with melanated people, brothers and sisters. So I'm gonna be letting you watch this video, and then I'll be back. I'll be sharing my thoughts in regards to this. So keep watching the video. I'll be back, and then I'll be giving my commentaries in regards to this. So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
They don't hate you because you're poor. They don't hate you because you're different. They hate you because of this one thing: melanin. Let me break it down, step by step. Step 1. What is melanin? Melanin is not just skin color. It's a powerful pigment found in your skin, hair, eyes, brain, and even your organs. It protects you from the sun. It absorbs light, stores energy, and literally fuels your cells. It's a conductor, a communicator, a protector. Now ask yourself, if melanin is that powerful, why have you been taught to hate it? Step 2. Why melanin was demonized colonizers needed to dominate. But how do you conquer people whose skin is naturally in tune with the universe? You don't just enslave them, you break their spirit. So they turned dark skin into a curse, called blackness primitive, praised whiteness as pure, made you ashamed of what gives you power. They made you believe that the very thing that connects you to the sun, nature, rhythm, and cosmic energy was a flaw. That wasn't ignorance, that was strategy. Step 3, the scientific truth. Here's what they don't want you to know. Melanin regulates your immune system. It exists in your pineal gland, the spiritual center of intuition. It helps protect DNA from damage. It's why your ancestors could survive harsh environments without sunscreen or medication. Melanin isn't a flaw. It's an error. The real fear. Let's talk truth. They fear your skin because it absorbs energy and reflects power. They fear your presence because it triggers ancestral memory. They fear your culture because it's encoded with ancient knowledge. They fear your DNA because they come from you. That's why they criminalize blackness. That's why they police melanin. That's why they profit from it. While telling you it's a curse. It's not a curse, it's a code. Step 5, awakening time. You were never inferior. You were never less than. You were born with the same frequency as the sun. Melanin is not just pigment. It's power in its purest biological form. And that's exactly why it's the most policed, politicized, and misunderstood element on Earth. So next time someone tells you you're too dark, too loud, too real, tell them, I'm not too anything. I'm melanin made, solar charged, and ancestral backed.
Oh, I do think that white people are absolutely jealous of black people, specifically with the community, and also with like fashion and music and everything else that is appropriated. But by design of what whiteness is, it inherently lacks community. And I think we're absolutely jealous of that. And I've heard biracial people say that they do see that difference in their own families, because in addition to European cultures being more individualistic than cultures from Africa, South America, and indigenous North American cultures, the invention of whiteness in America erased a lot of ties to actual culture. So when I say like white people, black community, I'm not talking about like Polish people or German people or Irish people. As I explained in my book, I just wrote the intro and I'm working on the conclusion today. Y'all keep me in your prayers. In the course of human history, white is a relatively new term. As we discussed in the introduction to this book, white is a North American term emerging from the 1600s as a term to justify the enslavement of Africans and squelch revolts from poor Europeans and indentured servants. Before this term, Europeans would identify with their nationalities. The Irish, Italians, Germans, French are all very different cultures. Thus, there is not the same communal tie to whiteness as there is for people from other communities. Further, since white was created to be a divider, a separator, it is not a